Hello, my beautiful people. Got my new cards. Very excited. This is the third video I've done, so I'm hoping 3 is the charm. So, in the first video, I smoked the cards, but the video was like forever because it took forever to smoke the cards. And then the second video, I read the cards like I do normally with my Oracle cards, but the problem is that they're tarot cards, which I did not realize. I thought I had ordered the Oracle cards, but apparently, despite all my degrees in English, I can't read. So, but they're gorgeous. These are gorgeous cards. So, it comes, you can order the cards without the book, but I ordered the book. The artist is Dana O'Driscoll, and I will link the Etsy shop below, where you too can get, I mean, just like, look at that stunning artwork. It's all original artwork. The descriptions are really nice. When I did the second reading, I tried reading them like I do my Oracle cards, because I don't read tarot if you've been around the channel. So I don't read tarot, and I don't understand tarot. So I was trying to do it like I do with my Oracle cards, where I do 3 shuffles. And like all these cards came out, and I didn't know how to read them. So I'm going to read them the way that I read my Rune Stones. And Rune Stones are, you know, something that I'm really comfortable with. I'm really, you know, it's my tradition. Rune Stones is sort of my jam. I like the Oracle cards for more clarity, but you know, the Rune Stones themselves are the thing that I enjoy, and that bring meaning to me in my meditation. But I just love the artwork. Like, this is the 2 of Pentacles, and it's like such a beautiful card. And then there's some additional cards in here that are specific to Druids. So if you've been following the channel, you know that that's probably the tradition that I align mostly with philosophically, although a lot of modern Druids, I think, have huge egos, and I don't like people with huge egos. Anyway, we're going to read these like we do the Rune Stones, and see if that helps. And whatever this video turns out to be is what I'm going to post. So, but I'm excited because the artwork is stunning. All right, so we're going to pick our first card. Is going to be our present energy. We're doing the Celtic Cross, and we'll see what happens. So there are different Celtic crosses, and this is the one that I do. All right, so that my present energy, and the spot is the Page of, oh, there's 2 cards that came out. 9 of Wands and Page of Cups. So this is the 9 of Wands, and this is the Page of Cups. So I'm going to set them both in the middle. I don't know what those mean. Now I'm going to pull the energy of what got us here. What got us here? Okay. The inverted tree. Look at this artwork. So beautiful. All right. What are the forces that we cannot control? Okay. 2 popped out. This one flew across the table. We have the 5 of Cups inverted. I don't know if that makes a difference. And the 7 of Swords, not inverted. So keep those there. What energy can we control? The 4 of Cups. And what is our potential outcome? And remember that we don't, Rune Stones don't predict the future. I don't think anything can predict the future. These are all meditations. So we got 2 cards again. The Magician, which was upright. Look how beautiful that is. And then the 9 of Pentacles, and that came upside down. So I'm going to take a look at this book and see what all this says. And I'll see what Spirit says to me. This message may resonate with me, or it may resonate with you. Maybe it'll resonate for both of us. But if it doesn't, take what applies and leave out the rest. All right, I'll be right back. So I decided to do this in groupings, because otherwise I'm not going to remember everything that's going on. So the Page of Cups and the 9 of Wands came out together for my present energy, and they're both about relationships. And one is about, really the combined meaning together is really like to not let the past harm your future when it comes to love and affection and things like that. and to not dwell in negative energy. Like this water is like flowing over this cup here. So there's a cup and it's like overflowing. So, you know, I'm a person who is really like filled with love, outgoing love. And then what happens is I meet people that I really want to be close to. Like I really want to form a connection with them. And they're just not interested in forming a connection with me. And then I get really hurt and my feelings get hurt. And because, you know, I just see that like they're a person who needs a friend, or they're a person, I've always been drawn to the underdogs of the world, probably because I was an underdog growing up. You know, so I'm always drawn to the people who I just see like need a person, need somebody loving in their life who's not judgmental, that's not looking for something. I'm not looking for money. I'm not looking for sex. I'm not looking for anything. You know, and you know, sometimes just people like they don't want me in their life. How could you not want me in your life? I mean, come now. It's nonsense. But it's just saying, don't give up. Don't give up your heart. Don't give up that loving spirit, just because some people reject you. Keep being that loving person. Marvin agrees. Don't you, Marvin? Marvin agrees. So that's the energy I'm in, and that is actually the energy that I'm in right now. Because there were a few people recently who I've met, because I meet a lot of people on the trail. I meet a lot of people in the various activities that I do. I do Red Cross. I do bagpiping. And I meet people in all of my hobbies. And you know, and there's some people that I'm like, oh, I really like that person. I really think that person's cool. Like I would love to hang out with them. And then you know, they're like, you are way too deep for me. And then I realized they are really kind of surface level people, and that my vibration is like off the charts, and they're really in a different energy pattern than I am. But you know, the inner girl inside of me is like, well, I want you to be my friend, and they're like, nah. And so I just have to get over it and keep plugging along, because there's other great people out there that want to be my friend, and that want, you know, a good friend, you know, friend exchange, like good energy exchange. So, you know, don't let the ones that don't want to be your friend influence your ability to love the ones that who do. So now we're going to look at the inverted tree and see how that led up to this. So I'll be right back. Let's see what that has to say. So this is an interesting card. So the inverted tree is the hanged man in this deck. And again, I don't read tarot, but I always know that hanged man means different perspective, because Odin got the wisdom of the runes by hanging upside down on a tree. I don't know how that's relevant here, but what it means is that, you know, a shift in perspective and thinking about these kind of things has led me to this place where I'm thinking about people who break my heart, but how really I put myself in that position, right? Like I put myself in the position of letting my heart be broken, because I, you know, want to make a connection where clearly there's not a reciprocated hope for a connection, right? So, you know, the inverted tree is about perspective, and how that sort of led me to this place where I'm kind of like working on shadow work. I'm working on, you know, there was a time in my life where I could never admit that I don't let people in too closely. I like people at a distance. That would have been very hard for me to say 10 years ago. I mean, it was still true. It was more true 10 years ago than it is now, but it would have been very hard for me to talk about it, because not big on caring and sharing, or I wasn't till now. Apparently YouTube made me a carer and a sharer. But I feel like other people are the same way. Like, you want to be loved, but you don't want to be loved. Like, you can come close. Let me see you. Oh, okay. That's close enough. And then, you know, and I've certainly broken hearts, with that sort of demeanor. You know, I've broken hearts that way, unintentionally, because a lot of times, just because of the way our culture is built, people think that I'm flirting, and I'm not, because I am a crone. I am owning croneship, because number one, I mean, I'm married, so there's that, but besides that, because I don't believe in traditional marriage, but besides that, I don't have to be training puppies. At my age, I'm 50. I don't have to, like, I don't have a uterus. I gave that up for Len a few years ago. Had a hysterectomy. Had to. I was going to die. So, you know, like, I'm not making babies. I'm not interested in any of that crap. So, I'm not worried about luring in the boys or anything. So, you know, I'm not interested in that. So I don't like when my intentions are misperceived, and sometimes I think they are because I am a ginormous flirt. But I flirt with everybody, boys, girls, fairy folk, cats, snakes, whatever. I love everybody. So I think just realizing who I am and what my shadows are. I think that's what brought me into this energy, and certainly I've been doing some shadow work, so that makes sense. All right, now let's look at this energy in the what I can't control, which is 5 of Cups inverted and 7 of Swords. So let's see what that means. And if you're a tarot reader, because I know some of you are, please correct me if I'm wrong about any of this stuff, because I don't read tarot, so I don't really know what I'm doing here. So I'll be right back. So interestingly, this book does not have reverse readings, which is good, because I think that's complicated. But what these two mean together is fascinating in the what you can't control pile. So the 7 of Swords is about deceit, and either your deceit or deceit against you. And you can't control the lying and cunning of others. Like, you simply can't. You know, and I've had relationships, friend relationships. Interestingly, I am friends with all of my ex-boyfriends, so this isn't about love. But I've had friendships where, a person has lied and been deceitful, has hidden the truth, try to make me the bad guy because I have my heart on my sleeve, and just walked away, with no explanation. If you follow the channel, that went on with a really close friend. And you can't control that. Like, you can't, that energy is not your energy, so it's not yours to control. And the 5 of Cups is like, so when you look at these cups, when I was reading descriptions, like your heart has been broken, but there's still some cups left. I'm very bad at cameras, by the way. There are still some cups left that are still full. Not everything is broken. Not everything is lost. It feels that way. You feel like you've lost this friendship, you've lost this love, you've lost this opportunity, you've lost something. But Spirit's just reminding you, like, you can't control when the tree bends and things break, because other people's energy broke it in the first place. But you have some cups left, and so you are responsible for those cups. The cups themselves exist for a lesson. We are taught lessons in this physical plane to teach us things. And, what are the lessons that you have to learn? Like, the lessons are there, right? You can't control the lessons. You can control what you do with them, but the lessons are the lessons. And other people's actions and deceit, it is what it is. Like, that's who they are. And they've broken some cups. Like, recognize that they've broken some cups, and there's nothing you can do about those cups that are broken. But you sure as heck can do something about the cups that remain. I like that. That was interesting. So let me pause, and next is the energy you can control. So the 4 of Cups is all about appreciating what you do have in your life, right? So a lot of times we squander the goodness of others, the intentions of others. If this is about love, if this is about, the love, like, you focus, and I've said this before, a million people can love you, but if the one person you want to love you doesn't, you're destitute, your heart is broken. Same with friends, colleagues, whatever. All these opportunities that you have, and the one doesn't come through, and you focus on that. You get heartbroken, and so you can control that, right? You can control that. You can move your energy to focus on the positives. Be grateful, have gratitude. Be thankful for the people you do have in your life. There's always going to be these people that, they're in their own energy. They're low vibrational people, and they just don't, they're not on the same spiritual plane as you. And that's not a judgment of them. It's just a difference in vibration. And so, you can't help their energy. You can't help the things they do that break your heart, but you can control your energy and not focus on all the negative stuff. You can move forward and look at the positive and get out of that negative energy. Don't go down the low vibration. Make sure that you're keeping your vibration high. All right, last bit of cards. We have the Nine of Pentacles and the Magician. So let's see what those two cards mean. I'll be right back. Wow, these were cool cards to come out together. So the Nine of Pentacles is all about independence and success and really self-reliance, right? So when we talk about Ralph Waldo Emerson or Henry David Thoreau, that self-reliance, that ability, like you're holding your success. And the Magician is all about, really harnessing your own power. And so when it comes to relationships, if this is what this is about, if that's what's resonating with you, it's about really looking at your shadows, understanding who you are as a person, what sort of energy you're bringing from your past, thinking about the things you can't control with human relationships, whether they are with friends or colleagues or family or lovers or your spouse's partners or whatever. Understanding that you have so many awesome things in your life to be grateful for. And if you sort of live in that power, if you live in your power and you appreciate the things that you have, you are a force to be reckoned with. Because you're independent. Sometimes we get in relationships because we think they'll complete us or they'll make us happier. They'll make us feel more valued. Like, honey, those are your pentacles. Oh, wrong one. Those are your pentacles. All that comes from you. You don't need somebody else. You don't need some coworker to think you're awesome at your job. You know you're awesome at your job. You don't need a lover to say, like, you're the prettiest girl on the planet. You are the prettiest girl on the planet. Right? You don't need other people's pentacles. You got your own. You got your own, and they're protected. You got some solid wood right around them. You don't need other people to approve you. And once you realize the power that you have, you are unstoppable. You can do amazing things. So, what do I think of these cards? I think they're gorgeous. They are super gorgeous. Not a huge tarot card reader. So this is like really my first public attempt at reading tarot, I think. I think maybe I've tried it a few other times. I have a few tarot decks. I never quite understand how they work. I liked reading them this way. This definitely worked out better than the other way. Because it's just the way that I read rune stones, and it's the thing that I'm familiar with. So let me know what you think of the cards. Let me know what you think of the reading. I am going to link Dana O'Driscoll's Etsy shop below so that you too can order these cards if you'd like them. And I am wishing you all the very best in light and love. Be well. Take care. Bye-bye.